Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to look at a Volkswagen Golf boot lock. Now, really common fault this is, guys, it's jammed shut and you can't get it open no matter what you do with the central lock in, and it won't go. And what you find is where you actually put the key in, it actually seizes as well. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to get the boot open, guys, and not only that, I'll show you how to replace the lock then with a new one. I got one off eBay. I'll put everything down in the description, guys, so if you want to see what lock I used and where I got it from, down in the description. And yeah, let's take a look. Right then, guys, so the first thing we're going to have to do is get the boot open. So what we're going to do is go in through the back doors, climb into the boot area, and then remove these two screws where the two handles are for the boot lid. So there's one on the left and one on the right. So we're going to take these screws out. Now what we're trying to do here, guys, is get the panel away from the boot so we can get our hand up in there and unlatch the boot to get it open, because you won't get this panel off with the boot closed. So we need to just get it off enough to get our hand in there. So what we're going to do now is grab hold of them handles and give them a quick sharp pull, and we're going to pull the boot cover off its mounts. And then what you can see here, you've got this little arm, and what you need to do is push the little arm down, and then once it's down you've got to get somebody to pull the handle from the outside or go around yourself. But that's basically how you get it open, guys. As you can see there now, it'll open, so that's what we need to do. So as you can see, this one's all corroded up really bad. So it's the actual lock mechanism itself that seizes. You can see all the corrosion here. So it's supposed to turn. You can see it turns there now when the central lock in, and basically what happens is the corrosion makes it stick, which allows well, basically stops the lock from unlatching. So what we're going to do now is first remove the rod that goes from the actual actuator down to the mechanism. So just going to pull it away and pop it off, and then slide the plastic bit at the top to the side and pull it off. Then once we got that off, then we need to take the actual catch rod off. So we're going to just unclip that and remove that. It just pulls out, guys. It just clips into a bit of plastic. So we're going to do that. There we go. Right, now the next thing we need to do is disconnect the electrical wire that obviously connects the switch. There's a little micro switch there that tells it when it's locked. So what we're going to do is locate the electrical plug, which is just on the side, just over by here now. So we're going to pull the electrical plug and disconnect it. And then there's a little tie which holds the harness nice and secure, so we're just going to remove that. So yeah, we'll just unplug it first and then remove the mount. Yeah, you need to do this before you remove the lock, because once you remove the lock then you actually change it over to the new one, because the new one doesn't come with this sensor. Now there's a little wire clip that holds the lock in place, so get a pointy pliers and grab hold of it and lift it out. Now if it's a little bit tight in here, just get a screwdriver and free it, but I just did it with a pair of pointy pliers, and it just lifts straight upwards and comes off. Right, now once you've done that, you'll notice the lock is seized solid in there, which mine was. So what you've got to do is go outside, take a punch, and basically directly hit the lock itself. Now you're changing this, so don't worry about damaging it. I just give it a couple of sharp hits and then the lock popped inside. So that's all we do. Right then, so here you can see now you've got my old lock mechanism and my new one on the floor. So what I'm going to do is remove the actual micro switch itself. So this has got to be swapped onto the new catch. So what we're going to do now is just unclip it and clip it onto the new one. There's no screws or nothing, guys, it just clips off. So I'm just going to clip that on there, and that's that swapped over. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is just give the hole a bit of a scrape out with a screwdriver, just to get rid of any lumps of corrosion, stopping the new lock from going in. As you noticed earlier, it was really tight coming out, so obviously it'll be really awkward to get the new lock in there. So I'm just going to scrape out the worst of the corrosion and then give it a bit of a clean up. Now next I always take a bit of emery tape, again give it a good clean out in there, make sure you get all the corners and everything, otherwise you might struggle to get your new lock into place. So yeah, we just give it a good clean. Right, that's all nice and clean, ready for the new lock. Now what I'm going to do is put the wire clip back in and basically just put it back into its place. Now the new one just is like a snap lock, so basically this wire goes back in situ, so there's two little grooves there that it sits in. You hook it into one and then bend it round and hook it into the other. So once it's in these two grooves, the new lock basically just clips straight in. So all you got to do is line it up, give it a firm push, and it should snap into place. And it's that easy. So here's our new lock with our micro switch ready mounted. So what we're going to do now is, like I said a second ago, we're just going to put him into place. You'll only go on in one place, so don't worry about anything there. And then what I do is I take a screwdriver, find a nice firm part of on the metal housing, and just give it a good firm tap with my hand just to make sure that it's all the way home. So that's what I'm doing there now. Just give it a good tap, make sure it's home, and then grab hold of it and give it a good pull and a wiggle, and it shouldn't fall out. So reconnecting the wire back up so it's nice and out the way of me. And yeah, so as you can see now, my new catch is in place, and yeah, everything's nice and working. Right, so now we're going to refit the actual catch rod, which goes from the mechanism to the catch. We'll click that into place first. It just pushes in, guys, so there's nothing to screw or anything. It just literally pushes into the hole and it clicks into place, and that's the catch. Now I will make you aware of something that I discovered here. Basically, the rod that goes from the actuator, the actual central locking actuator, down with this one by here, it doesn't actually fit the new lock. So I don't know whether it's for a different model. It's exactly the same as the one I got, but this rod would not go into the hole in the plastic that actually mounts it. So as you can see, I'm fiddling about with it trying to get it in the video, but it wouldn't go in. So I'll show you in a second now what the problem is. So what I actually had to do was I had to remove this bit of plastic which it locates into. As you can see, you take a little screwdriver and just pop it out. It just clips in, and if you look at it compared to, if you see it, oh there you go, if I try the rod just won't go in, the hole is too small. So if I grab my old lock and remove the one out of my old lock, you can see there now, look, it's obviously this is the right size because it's the one that came off. If I just take a little screwdriver and just pop it out, you'll see that it's actually a different size to the one in the new lock. So I don't know what's going on there, but it wouldn't fit. So what I basically wanted to do was put the old piece in the new lock. Now I did have an issue because it didn't fit. So what I had to do is just take a drill and just drill the hole out. So to be honest with you, it was only about 1/2 mil I had to take out, but it was enough to stop that from going in. So what I did, I took a 6 mil drill bit and I just give it a quick drill out. So you'll see that hole there where that plastic clips in. So you can see there now. There you go. There you go. Now I'm comparing the two. So as you can see, it's a lot smaller hole, so the rod won't fit. So yeah, take a 6 mil drill and just give the hole a drill out. It's not much. It's not much at all. But if you don't, it won't fit. So then we're going to clip the old plastic connector into that hole. And then once that's in, you can reconnect. You can reconnect the rod back up. Just obviously make sure the gap is facing up so the rod will go in. And there we go. Now it fits. where it didn't before. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is here, guys. You might find yours fits, but mine didn't, so this is what I had to do to resolve it. Really easy fix. It's not really that difficult. So yeah, so as you can see there now, I'm actuating. Now I did find now that it wasn't. There we go. So as you can see, there's locking and unlocking the door, and now it's all nice and free and it's working. So there's in the lock position, and then when I flick unlock it, the boot now opens. So I'll try it again now. So put it into the lock position, there we go, and the door handle doesn't work, and then back into the unlock, then opens. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope it helps.